Hey everyone, I am back to this shitty style of editing that takes up a good portion of my channel. I don't know if you guys know what a Wii Remote is. That's like asking a person with a job if they know what their salary is, but okay. The Wii is one of Nintendo's best-selling consoles, selling over 100 million units, and that all comes down to the fact that the whole selling point that the controller was a TV remote that you can point at the screen, and it had motion controls. So, you know, it's perfect for shit like Wii Sports and Wii Play and Wii Party. I think I never owned that game, but yeah, the Wii Remote was the main thing every grandma wanted it, so that they can go bowling again, just like how it was back in 1976. And 30 years later, they're bowling virtually. And they're 20 years later, grandma's probably dead, and I got her favorite controller working on my computer, so I can play goddamn Happy Wheels with it. I also might as well explain my setup here. So I have a standard ass monitor that I've been using for like 3 years now, with a motion bar on top of it and the NES Classic connected to it, because yeah, I give a shit. Star Tropics, I already own this game. I also have a Wii next to it, so I can't find any words from the dictionary at the... What was the word again? I have Dolphin Emulator open so the Wii Remote can work, and Glove Buy so I can make key bindings for the Wii Remote with coding. Ever wanted to look at porn with a Wii Remote? I got the thing for you. Link is in the description. You can also code and sensor bar functionality, and that's where the Wii comes in, right here. My power button is broken, so I have to unplug it when I want to stop using it. For you guys at home, you don't have to do that. Unless your Wii power button is also broken. You also gotta have the monitor turned on and connected to your computer, and boom. I feel like a modded 3DS carrying college student. Onto the games, which is what everyone who's watching this video wants to see. I'll be going through them in order on which one is the hardest to play. Starting with Doom. No, not Doom Eternal, Dark Ages, or even just the 2016 one, which is actually an Xbox One. No, we're doing Doom 1993, motherfucker. The second best one, numerically. The controls for this one were weird for me, because when I coded the script for the Doom controls, I didn't properly test it, so you can't go to the menu until I scripted it to do that. I don't even know how this got past me, but okay. Anyways, you move with the nunchuck, which, yeah, speaking of which, I'm kind of cheating by connecting a nunchuck in, but I ran out of buttons on this thing. You move the camera with the D-pad, you shoot with B. I have seen it in Z mapped, but I have no idea what they're supposed to do. 1 and 2 are also the interact buttons, and A is jump, even though this is never in Doom 1, but this is just an UZ Doom thing. And fuck it, I added it. I think this is pretty close to playing the game with the Xbox One or PS5 controller, and it does get the job done. Problem is, why the fuck would you want to do it like this? Trying to aim at enemies is also really hard because you're using a D-pad compared to the nunchuck for movement, and it's really awkward as fuck. It's definitely playable just like any Doom port, but you would rather play with the keyboard and mouse, because that's what Doom was designed for. Next is Roblox. This is also pretty handleable, but I would put it after Doom because sometimes you need the actual mouse cursors for some stuff. And if you ever use the Wii, you know how hard it is to click on the simplest thing. Unless you use the classic controller, and I don't own that. So Roblox's controls are pretty similar to Doom. Movement is the nunchuck, camera movement is the D-pad, A is jump, B is clicking, plus and minus are actually the zoom in and out keys. I thought that was pretty clever because, you know, it's like maximize and minimize. 1 and 2 are also the Q and E keys in case you're playing a game that needs those buttons. I also mapped left control and left shift to Z and Z respectively. And I gotta say, make sure you disable shift lock, because you're gonna die if you have epilepsy. This problem with the mouse being really jittery when you go in the shift lock is also the same reason why I left out first person shooters. As funny as it would be to play goddamn Gary's mod with the Wii Remote, you can't really do that, can you? I want to remind you that FPSs have been officially on the Wii before, like some of the COD games, but as you can see, the camera movement is very different. I should also point out that it doesn't detect an actual controller connected, so I can't just map the D-pad to the camera in a first-person game and it'll do that. I don't have a controller connected, so it just can't register that. Anyways, back to Roblox. The game choice I picked was Retro Studio, and I tried to play this obby from the Whistle Currents, if you know what that is, but I fell to my death, and I wouldn't die. I don't, what the hell happened here? I then also tried to play the Xbox UI Launcher, which is a game that replicates the old Xbox One menu, but for some reason, my computer that day was like really fucked up and the Wi-Fi was insanely slow, so it just wouldn't load in. But I'll put some footage of me actually trying it out. And yeah, that was it for Roblox. I've always considered Terraria as my favorite game of all time for a really long time, and it's definitely for a good reason. Every single time I boot up this game, I always play it for a good amount of time. Not in this case though, because I'm playing with a Wii Remote, bitches. Okay, so the problem here is that Terraria is a game that heavily needs the mouse cursor. You need to aim, you need to click things, you need for basically everything. If you're really trying hard enough, you could also probably use it to move. Now what happens if you try using a Wii Remote and can barely move it where you want because the controller is shaky? Unless you're doing this. The movement is once again the nunchuck, A is jump, B is using tools. D-pad is actually mapped to the scroll wheel, so you can see that when I press left or right, it goes through my tools and also the crafting menu. I didn't really think about that when designing this code. 1 and 2 actually aren't even mapped to anything, surprisingly. I just didn't add any buttons for them. Something I didn't bring up is the home button, which is actually the menu button. I just didn't bring it up until now. Plus, it's also left control, which is that alternate cursor mode, which is like that yellow highlighting thing on the blocks. I don't know what to call it, but yeah, that's what plus is. And minus is mount. For some fucking reason, I don't know why I made minus mount. C is grapple and Z is right click, so you can talk to the Goblin Tinkerer. All that doesn't seem to be that bad until you actually try doing shit. I tried going to the underground jungle to get some core fights since I'm at the stage of the game where I beat the 3 mech bosses and now I'm fighting Planetara. So I had to get prepared since my armor is trash and this is fucking shit. I got like adamantite chestplate and like a couple hollow armor pieces. It's hard to aim at stuff since you're pointing with the Wii Remote. So trying to kill these hornets is like trying to piss through a cable. I was able to get 19 core fight bars there and mech headgear because I'm playing as a mage, and that's the only class I haven't beaten the game with. I should have put range as the last class I beat in the game with. You guys don't know about the Terraria range class experience. I also went ahead and stopped playing this because, man, I don't even want to try killing Planetara with this control setup. The last one is Happy Wheels. You think that a game with such simple control cannot be that bad ported into a Wii Remote? Well, no. It's pretty bad. So you need the mouse cursor to obviously use the menu. And I made A the quick button for some reason, not B. I'm not sure why I did that. I should also point out, this doesn't need the nunchuck now. So that's why this is the hardest one. The gameplay is alright, but trying to really fucking use the shitty ass D-pad to try throwing a ball at a ball throw level is hard as shit. Especially as someone who's really familiar with Happy Wheels. You can also use A to eject, B is holding things, or also using the special abilities good characters have. 1 and 2 are left control and left shift respectively, which is basically a secondary control scheme for the abilities. The worst part about this though is the fact that you don't even use it on its side. You have to like use it like you're using a TV remote. Also the fact that the A button is mapped to the click button, which is also mapped to the eject button. So if there's a level where you have to click on something, I hope you're already ejected. 1 is also the scroll wheel. I don't know why I added this. Okay. That's all the games I wanted to show. I also do have NES emulated games. It's Super Mario Bros. Remastered map, but those aren't that interesting. Since when Virtual Console came out on the Wii back in the day, you could just straight up just play NES games with the Wii Remote. And Super Mario Bros. Remastered basically has the controls of an NES game, besides the level editor maybe. That was the end of it. Like if you liked it, subscribe to see more videos, dislike if you hate it. Alright, bye.